Previously on
Tom Rabbit.
Why do you, in a prolonged fashion, continue to give them fodder to be disgusting and profane and obscene? You know, you can do what you want. You're a big boy, but I would just say from one brother in Christ to another. Yeah. You know, and I'm not going to throw you into the West. I would just say, please don't feed these people are perverts.
No, totally understand. And I love it. I love it. These people don't understand that they're not embarrassing me. They're just, I'm enjoying this stuff. They really, I know it's a weird sense of humor.
No, I don't think they're embarrassing.
But I enjoy it.
I just think that they're such a vile people.
Oh, they are. Absolutely.
Just don't give them fuel for their fire to continue with their YouTube videos. I partly agree with that. You're right. I mostly agree with that. I'll say that.
Darth, I mean, I'm sure you're very happy that Vekl has once again set up the stage and put all the pieces into play. The way now we can once again lay out a cumulative case for why some comments that you made can be racist, right? So thank you, Vekl. But remember, Darth, don't get mad at him because Vekl's having fun, right? He wants to have some fun at your expense. Yeah, so let's have some fun.
That makes sense. What you say? Are you saying that that this next video clip of this discussion we're having is going to incriminate Darth in some way?
Incriminate him? I mean,
what do you? I didn't understand what you were saying.
Well, Darth thinks that the allegations are not true. And
allegations of what? The rape?
Yeah. Everything that he hand waved in your last video, right? He doesn't want to address, obviously, because that's why he's hand waving it. So all you're doing is giving these allegations more exposure. And when you ask us to play the clips, that's just more exposure, right? So that's fucking great. What do you want to hear, Vekl?
Come on. Are you serious? Like, you didn't have the ability to do that already. We already know that you have a whole archive of clips that he said that you assume.
Tom is a selective
I don't just like randomly look.
So wait a minute. So Tom, you mean to tell me that you're telling me that now because I'm having this discussion with you, this is therefore green lighting you to go ahead and replay those clips again?
Well, didn't you ask for that?
You're asking for support, right?
Didn't you say Didn't you say, like, I don't know what you're talking about? I haven't heard anything.
Gosh, I love you guys.
You know, why don't you like back up your state? I thought you asked for all that, Vekl.
If you're asking,
Hey, you guys are the empiricists. You guys are the empiricists here, right? You guys are the naturalists.
And you're not? So okay.
When don't you guys request for evidence when a claim is made?
Well, wait a minute.
The same thing that you guys do.
Oh, so you are asking for the clips, just to be clear.
Wait, so you're asking for my permission to play the clips?
No, I'm asking if you're asking for the clips.
You already played the clips
permission.
before.
But you said we didn't. You said that you haven't heard anything.
But you already played the clips in the past.
You did hear them.
Are you asking me to ask you? Wait a minute. Are you asking me to ask you to play? Wait, so no. Do you have? Let me ask you this way. Do you guys have other clips other than what you played before then? That strongly indicates the racism within Darth. Do you have it? Because I don't want to hear the one where he says, "Whitey this, Whitey that." I don't want to hear that one. We heard that one.
You've heard that one. What else have you heard, Vekl? What are the racist clips?
The other one you heard about the joke about the looting and stuff. We've heard that one.
Gotcha.
The spear chucker one, we heard that one.
Right, got it. So you've heard 3 racist clips so far. Do you want some more?
They're not racist. It's great.
Okay, so what were we even talking about?
We got a little white people over here.
I know what we were talking about. You were asking for like more.
Yeah. I was asking for like audio footage that hasn't been doctored by any program from Adobe that proves that without a doubt that Darth Dawkins is a racist.
Yeah, and by prove you mean him like making a declaration that like blacks are inferior to XYZ races. No, that doesn't exist.
Something along those lines.
What we do have is a cumulative case, right? With many data points that kind of seem to point at a certain direction.
The cumulative cases of things that are either taken out of context or things that are just being used against them out of spite. Gotcha.
Well, even if something was, which I'm not grounding, it's simply being used against them out of spite. That wouldn't actually matter, right? You're just appealing to some kind of motivation, but that's not going to invalidate whether or not he had a certain intent, or like the comments were racially insensitive, racist, or what, anything like that. So that's just irrelevant. Anything else? What do you want to hear? Want me to lay it out for you again? I'll lay out the case for you. Is that what you want, Vekl?
No, yeah, I'm just looking for something that that's irrefutable. That
Well, I don't
cannot
have
be.
something that's irrefutable. I don't have that. I told you that.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, then if we're just basing things off of personal perspective, then that's really, the conversation can't go any further. Then, I mean,
Why not?
all we're stuck with from here on is some arbitrary name calling. Ain't that right, Jack?
Well, you haven't heard it, right?
No, I've heard the clips that you played, but again, they could be refuted, or at the very least disputed as being racist.
You're saying refuted why it's just like logically possible for someone to say that, and then it's like they're not having like some kind of intentional state, right? I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
But that's not how we come to like, oh, this person's lying, or this person doesn't actually believe this, or, you know, we do that every day, right? In normal day-to-day activities, we make these conclusions about what a person actually believes versus their behavior and stuff like that, right? So, I mean, that's the standard I don't even think that you're going to be following in your life.
You know, if when I come across actual people who I believe are actual racists online, I just avoid them, because there's no reasoning with such an individual, because they're already, motivated by hatred towards me. So you can't reason with an individual like that. So I don't I find myself having short conversations with them, short dealings with them. Um, Obviously, that's not the case with Darth, because I've known him for a long time. I'm always popping up into one of his rooms. He and I have bumped heads a couple times, but over doctrinal issues, not because of, hey, Darth, you can't say that, because that's a racist statement. We've never had that conversation.
At the very least, I mean, I think it's clear that he has he clearly has a disdain for black culture. Would you agree to that?
No, I don't think
so. You don't
so.
agree to that?
No, he shares the same opinion that I do with regards to the wokeism that's plaguing this country. Is that you have, and I'll say this as a black man, you could call me an Uncle Tom if you want, but I'll say it anyway. Most black people that hold to my political position are tired of black people being overly sensitive and appealing and defending the negative aspects of the racial stereotypes that black people hold to. Okay. You got guys like Delano who calls guys like me a Uncle Tom. Why? Because I don't flip furniture. I don't raise my voice. I don't start cussing up a storm. I don't start utilizing white racial slurs towards white people because of some political view that I disagree with. See, when I don't do those kinds of things, when I condemn or hold black people accountable for the things that they do that are criminal, that are wrong, okay, I'm therefore called by a lot of black people, as well as the white leftists, an Uncle Tom or a race traitor. And without even being given any opportunity to explain to people why I feel this way, the emotions just take control over both the white leftists and the black leftists, and it just leaves them with this insane idea that black people like me hate being black. We just love us some
No one
white
said
folk.
that. No one said that.
No. I know you're not saying that. Nobody in this room is saying that.
Look,
but
well, let's not talk about like some sort of like, apparitions that are saying things that. Let's just talk about what we're talking about, Vekl. How about that?
No, but it's all pertinent to why we even having this discussion as so far.
Look, let's not have a meta discussion. Let's have the discussion. Okay. So I said that I think it's clear that.
Well, I do hope you understand why I say some of the things that I'm saying, though, because I like to think critically, and I don't want to jump to conclusions and accuse somebody of being a racist just because they said something that is racially insensitive.
I think it's good to not to. I think it's great to not jump to conclusions. I think that's admirable, right?
But unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be at your propagating. But
no, it does. I mean, like, we have many data points, right? And I like, look, let's do that. Let's work through it, right? So you said that I made a claim. I said I think it is clear that Darth has a disdain for black culture. And you said you disagreed with that. Is that correct?
Yes, I disagree with that. I've heard nothing out of Darth's mouth that shows that he has a disdain for black culture. And furthermore, what is black culture to you anyway?
Sort of like norms within a particular demographic. In this case, it'd obviously be the demographic is black people.
Okay, so what disdain did Darth say that indicates that he hates black culture?
Yeah, we can talk about that. Let's. So let me start with he recently had a conversation with it was around the Oscars, and at that time where Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he was talking with Brojo and I think Tonlock or something like that, and he expressed that he was expressing his displeasure and his disdain, and the word he used was he was talking about how the Oscars this year were too, this is the word he used, blackified. Yeah. I think were you in there?
No, but he said it. He said it to me and two other black men that were in the room.
Okay, so now to me that indicates a dislike of black culture, and to you it doesn't. So why is that the case for you?
Okay, what do you think he meant by being blackified? What do you think that means?
The music, people that are prominent, presenters, just all those things. Not limited to.
Okay, so you think that so that makes him a racist because he said it's too black.
No. Remember what we're talking about. We're not having a discussion about racism, Vekl. Remember, stay focused, right? As you were telling me, you wanted to use you pride yourself on your critical thinking skills, right? Right.
Yeah, but I'm so trying to nip it.
Let's go ahead and.
I mean, I don't dodge anything now.
Look, what we're talking about is the claim that I made very clearly in the beginning. Darth appears to have a disdain for black culture. Okay? No, I didn't say anything about racism. I didn't say anything about this. In fact, I made this clearly distinct from racism. So I said, okay, we disagree about this. And then I said, but I think it's clear that he has a disdain for black culture, right? And you can have a disdain for black culture without being a racist, right? Maybe. We'll just say it. We'll just grant that, right?
So, in other words, speaking your opinion, then you're speaking subjectively that he has a disdain for black culture because of this comment that he made about the Oscars.
Yeah.
You can't prove that objectively. You're just speaking subjectively. You're speaking from your own personal view of the comment that he made based off of what he was seeing in the show.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your opinion. Okay. Now you.
Yeah, but I gave you why, right?
Okay, now let me.
Blackified content is like content that is more prominently featuring and aligning with black culture. So if he doesn't like that, then he don't like black culture.
I'll tell you this. Morgan Freeman was asked if he celebrates Black History Month, and he says no. And the man asked him why. He says, because Black History Month only alienates other people in this country that have made contributions. He said, why do we need a Black History Month? We just need, black people are Americans too. At least the black people that are born here, they have the papers and everything. They're Americans too. So why do we need a Black History Month? Now,
I don't know what that had to do with anything that we're talking. What does it have to do with anything?
No. Just trust me. I'm getting to my point. The point is that what Darth said, I could easily say the same thing as a black man. In fact, I might even slightly agree with him on that. Why? Because if in the music world, in the entertainment world, we have a very diverse, a strong diversity of culture within film and within music. Okay. Now, if it just so happens to be that a lot of people like these, rap artists more so than every other type of genre, okay, that's just the way it is. But I'm not. But I'm not under the conviction that the Oscars or any of these agencies that hold these award ceremonies are concerned with being fair and presenting awards to good music. I think that they have an agenda that is very woke, where they want to shove black people and gay people and women down people's throats in order to make it look like, okay, we're against the white man, against the straight white male who are Christian, so on and so forth. And that's the agenda that I'm seeing coming out of Hollywood. And one of the evidences of that couldn't be somebody, these ceremonies being blackified, if you will, where they're just trying to overshadow all different genres of the entertainment series and entertainment that we get out of the industry.
Okay, so
and he's entitled to say that, but that doesn't mean that he's a racist. It just means that he's fed up with
it. Look, in this conversation we're having right now, I'll remind you once again, I'm not talking about racist, right? I'm talking about a disdain for black culture. So the next time you say that, I'm going to point it out again, and it's going to be obvious to everyone that you're just like trying to divert. So just fix that with yourself, okay? Now, it seems to be the case that you are saying when Darth said he was unhappy, and he expressed it in different ways about how the Oscars this year were blackified. It seems to be what you're saying is that he's simply making a comment about how black content, cultural content, black people being more prominent is disproportional, and he's merely objecting to the disproportional level of content. Is that what you're saying?
I don't want to try to read his mind, but when I heard him make the statement, that's the conclusion that I come to. Yeah, but again, doesn't mean that he's a racist. Doesn't mean that he hates black culture.
Now I'm going to point it out again to you because you said racist again. You're in a discussion that has nothing to do with racism. You're in a discussion that has everything to do with person not liking black culture.
But Tom, you're being disingenuous though, because what you're doing is you're making it seem like he hates black culture.
Yeah.
Because he made this comment about the one ceremony, one show, one instance, one event that was predominantly black people oriented.
No, I'm not making that comment just based on one data point. No, that's the data point we're currently talking about. There's more.
Okay. All right, fine. But at the very least, no matter what instance you could come up with, okay, you're not going to, well, again, I haven't heard anything that would indicate that he's a racist. Okay.
Here you are again saying racist. Might I remind you for the fifth or sixth time, it's not a discussion about Darth being racist, and I've granted you that, right? This is a conversation about whether or not Darth, there is evidence that Darth has a disdain for black culture. Stop talking about racist, please, Vekl.
It doesn't matter. I'll say it
just for Darth who's watching this, right? Just a reminder that I'm not saying racist. He's saying racist over and over. So you'll have Vekl to thank for that.
No. I'm saying it because this is what you want to be disingenuous with your uploads. And you want the world to believe that Darth is a racist. And here you have a black man refuting you to these accusations.
Yeah, I'm not even look. I already told you. I'm not like super invested in like holding up a sign with Darth being racist, right? I just think that there's definitely evidence pointing in that direction, and I'll even grant to you I can't say it objectively, whatever that standard means. But that's fine.
I think you're doing this because you're lazy. You don't really care about the truth. You don't really care about practicing real critical thinking, so that people are not.
Well, we're doing that. You're doing meta. Like I can just move on. Like to the. Can we just talk about the discussion, please?
Yeah, that's fine. But I think ultimately what it all boils down to at the end of the day is we're trying to discern why Darth would make these comments. That's what you're really trying to get at.
He doesn't like black culture.
Okay, and because all right, so that's your opinion based off of the things that he said.
I think he's probably outright said it. And you want me to just give you more?
You say you think? You say you think?
Yeah.
So he flat out said that he hates black culture. You actually heard exact words?
I don't know if I've heard those exact words, no, but I mean, I think that he said it. I'm just gonna leave it there. I mean, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm
okay.
But
this
do
is
you think?
From so just wanted to hear that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Do you think that like black music, or sorry, hip hop music, is like related to black culture?
Yeah, but that's not
rap and hip hop music. You think that's a big part of black culture?
Stereotypically speaking, I would say, yeah, sure.
Right. Yeah.
From a stereotypical standpoint, yeah.
It's typically, yeah. It's has a very strong presence in black culture. Yeah. And
it does.
And Darth thinks
yeah.
Darth thinks that hip hop should be banned.
He said he thinks hip hop should be banned.
That's correct.
Why? Because he wants to destroy the black race?
No, because he doesn't like it.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't like black people.
Again, you're trying to say this about racists. I'll say this for the 7th time. I'm the only time I'm having a discussion about him showing a disdain for black culture. Hip hop and rap is like very prominent in black culture. Darth wants hip hop and rap to be banned.
And why is that? Because he doesn't like black culture, or he doesn't like what comes out of the black culture?
He don't like the music. He thinks it's a
So he doesn't like the music.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's his reason for not liking the music?
I mean,
one person can say, I don't like this type of music because it incites violence, it incites criminal activity. Another person could say, I like this music because I like the way it makes me feel. I like the beats. And I'm sort of like that with music. I like rap. Not a lot of it, but the songs that promote violence and incite, violence.
But it's not going to be about the beats, right? It is true that he thinks that certain beats are satanic, but he doesn't want to ban rock music.
Have you asked him about? Have you heard him make that distinction?
Why? You mean, have I asked him why he wants one band and not the other?
Yeah. Have you asked him?
No, I haven't talked to him about it. I heard him talking about it.
Okay, so what have you heard him say?
That he wants rap music and hip hop banned.
Can you quote him directly?
Yeah, it was like, I think rap music and hip hop should be banned.
Okay, and what about rock music? What about heavy metal? And
No, he doesn't want rock music banned.
Okay, how do you know that he didn't? How do you know that?
Because he likes rock music. He listens to it.
Okay, but how do you know that he doesn't want it to be banned, though? How do you know that he hasn't spoken against certain other bands?
Are you asking me if I have a catalog of like explicit positions on like the banning of
recording our conversation? Don't you usually? I mean, that's one of the things that you're known for. I mean, you got stuff going way back 14 years ago of me saying stuff. Mm-hmm. So don't you have? I assume that you have something in your archive, something in your records of him saying, rap is evil, but heavy metal, where they talk about, killing God, that's okay with me. Do you have anything of that sort on record?
of his thoughts on rock music? No, he doesn't really talk about rock music. He's very outspoken about hip hop and rap, though. He says that it's like ghetto and the lyrics are trash, and it's just like he's made comments that he dislikes the culture. I mean, look, Vekl, just ask him, bro. Just ask him. Ask him, say, hey, do you think that hip hop and rap should be banned? Right? Go ahead and ask him.
I'll ask him maybe one day when I feel like it. But I never, when I'm talking to him, I never have that urge to bring those kinds of things up. But maybe one day I'll do it.
Right, exactly. So you're Mr. like truth seeker here, and then when you have the opportunity to like firsthand gain like data points, which would help you get to your air quotes truth,
the reason why I have to
pass it up, right?
I have to grill guys like you, Tom, because we already know based off of the content that you upload on your channel and in the fashion that you do it, not just the content, but in the fashion that you upload it with the titles and so on and so forth. I have to grill you in this sense because you tend to be very a little bit disingenuous in your approach with these things. That's all. So we have to make sure that you're coming correct.
Yeah, what have
And
I said that's not correct?
well, you said a lot of times that you think he said this, that, or you think he
That's
said that.
correct. Yeah, that's absolutely
And
true.
that's honest of you, but it's not a means to prove something that he is or isn't. So
Yeah, well,
if
just like when I said, yeah, I think that he said something about blackifying, and you just right away affirmed that. In fact, you were in the room, weren't you?
yeah, he said it
Yeah,
in front of me.
yeah,
So
yeah.
obviously,
So
if he said it more than twice and in the presence of black people when he said it,
yeah, so we have a
he's
lot of
either
evidence and say, and you just confirmed that things where I say I think he said this. You just affirmed one of those, didn't you, Vekl?
Furthermore, the time that I was in the room when he did actually say it, he said it in front of me and another black man, and the other black man slightly beat me to the punch by rebuking him for saying that. And
Really?
Darth
Why?
did, because the guy who he said it in front of was slightly offended by it.
Really? Why? Why do you think that is, Vekl?
Yeah.
Explain that.
Because that was his opinion.
Yeah, but
It was
what
his
was the
opinion that it
reasoning?
was offensive.
Yeah,
Don't know
and
the reason for him rebuking Darth.
yeah, what did he say to Darth in his rebuke?
I don't remember the exact words, but he's just
Okay.
like, I think it was something along the lines of, "Yeah, Darth, I don't, maybe you should use a different term or something like that. I don't appreciate that." And I believe Darth apologized for it. I know it was a couple of weeks ago, or however long it was.
So at the very least, it was racially insensitive once again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Doesn't mean that he's a racist, though.
And what was the context of him saying that the Oscars were too blackified, Vekl?
You already pointed that out earlier.
Are you in complete agreement with what I said, that he was expressing a disdain for the culture? Because it seems like you weren't saying that.
I think what he meant is that there were a lot of attention, because I didn't watch the thing. I never watched these awards ceremonies, but there's probably a lot of focus on black artists in these ceremonies, as opposed to the other artists that are in existence that might have done even better work, or work that's just as good. And there was no focus on any of them. Me personally, you can disagree, I don't care. I probably would feel the same way, because I want to see more diversity. I don't want to see if I want to go see a ceremony with a bunch of black artists, I would go to that particular environment. I would go to the BET Awards or the Source Awards or something like that. But if I'm going to the MTV Awards or to the Oscars or the Golden Globes or something like that, I know full well that not every movie has a black person in it. But if I see nothing but black people on stage giving performances, giving awards and stuff like that, then I'm going to kind of have a suspicion and say, okay, something's up. Something's going on here. Either there's a lot of, white people playing the white messiah and trying to make, black people look like they deserve this.
Do you think
Or
that Darth would be objecting when all the musical performances were from white people? You seriously think
that's
that?
vastly different than, if music by black artists is more popular than music from other ethnic people of different ethnic groups and stuff like that, then that's just the way it is.
Yeah,
hey,
but you
can't.
said the objection was one based on diversity. Now you're changing that.
No, I'm not changing it. I said if it happens to be that the amount of people getting awards is solely not because of some agenda that's being pushed by those agencies, but because the people, the fans, love this music more than they do this other kind of music, then that's one thing. That you can't argue against that, because that's just the way it is. People like what they like. Okay. But at the same time, we are given this impression that there is an agenda on the part of Hollywood and these agencies that hold these ceremonies, where they seem to be shoving homosexuality in our face, black people in our face, women in our face, transgenderism in our face, as if nobody, the majority of people don't even care about this kind of stuff. They just like what they like, but they don't want somebody else's agenda being forced down people's throats either.
Yeah, I
You know
can
what I mean?
relate to that. Yeah, but
And
look, I mean, I definitely think that that's true. Right? I definitely think that Darth dislikes that, and I can relate to that. You can relate to that. But just to say that it has nothing to do with him like disliking rap and hip hop is just ridiculous.
Well, I think what I'm trying to say to you is that there's a difference between him not having a particular liking to a certain music and him making a generalized comment about black culture. And I don't think you're being careful enough or giving him enough courtesy to make that distinction, because you're ultimately trying to slander him and trying to make him out to be a racist.
The guy just said flat out he hates hip hop and rap music. We don't have to
Okay, that doesn't make him a racist. It just means that he hates
That's
hip-hop.
For the 7th or 8th time you brought up the racist thing. We're talking about having a disdain for black culture. Remember, Vekl.
And I told you I'm going to probably say it 10 more times, all right? Because
it's funny to me because you keep every time you say associate Darth and racism, it's just another time that it's sort of put up on the screen, so that's
no,
great.
Because some people that are listening, even some in this room,
funny.
They'll know how to think critically. So I have to keep saying this in order to emphasize that, because after I leave this room,
I'm not saying that. Nobody in here is saying that. You're just talking to me, and we're having a conversation about Darth disliking black culture.
They don't have to say it, Tom. They'll be thinking it, and that's rather unfortunate.
Yeah, well, they'll be thinking it because you said it.
Right, but I have to give emphasis to it in order to make sure.
You want to emphasize allegations about Darth being a racist? Is what you want to emphasize?
I want to emphasize that this is
Darth's
not
gonna love this.
And I also want to give.
But remember, Darth, Vekl's having fun. He's here having fun, so don't try to spoil his fun.
This is
don't
great.
Try to spoil his fun. Vekl is just having fun by having a prolonged conversation and debate where multiple data points are being brought about, where you're being highlighted as potentially a racist, but definitely someone who has a disdain for black culture.
There you go. You see how disingenuous you're being right there?
No, I was referring to the earlier conversation.
This is perfect. What you just did right there is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. You see?
No. But I was look. We had a very distinct point in the conversation where we were going to bracket that, right?
Because I'm saying I keep going back to the fact that it doesn't make Darth a racist. You are therefore saying that. Well, I'm not saying that Darth is a racist, but this is Vekl saying that he's not a racist. So therefore, there must be something that he's trying to cover up.
Look, there's a distinct. Let's just stop for a second. There's a distinct point where I said, "Okay, I'm dropping this. Let's just talk about this." Now, that is not the entire time you've been here. In the beginning, we were talking about indicators that he may have racist tendencies, right? So that's what I was addressing. We're still only talking about Darth having a disdain for black culture.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this.
But what's important, Vekl, is you're having fun.
All right. So let me ask you this, since you want to, because I'm having fun too. So let me ask you this. So he is a white man, says that he doesn't like hip hop. Okay. So that therefore proves that he has a disdain for black culture. Is that your position?
Yeah. Hip hop and rap.
Now, okay, why? Even though it's just hip hop.
No, it's hip hop and rap.
Okay.
That's what I said from the beginning. You can laugh all you want, but I've said that from the beginning.
Rap is a part of hip hop. Hello. Okay. Anyway.
Who cares?
Okay. Hip hop is not rap, or rap is a part of hip hop. Anyway. All right. So Darth may not like certain rap songs. He may not like the way black people in the hip hop community carry themselves, maybe certain slangs.
Yep.
I haven't heard of.
Yep, he dislikes that. Yep, we know that. That's correct.
Okay, great. Yeah. But okay, so if he doesn't like that, he doesn't find that sexy. So what?
What do you mean? So what? That's what we're discussing. It's like we're having a discussion about.
Okay, so he has an.
So are you conceding? Are you just conceding?
Hold on a second. So let me ask you. So do you think that all black people are monolithic then?
What does that mean?
Do you believe black people are monolithic?
Yeah, what does that mean, Vekl?
meaning that we are all of one mind, that we all should think the same, act the same, eat the same, dress the same, talk the same, listen to the same music. We have no diversity amongst black people whatsoever. Are you
No,
thinking? You say, okay,
I don't
so
think
you're
that's
saying
the
that
case.
okay for black people to be diverse, right? One black person can like a certain thing, like one black person could like chicken and watermelon, while another black person cannot like chicken and watermelon. You believe that that is the case within black people, right? Within
Yeah,
the
bud.
race of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, with that said, you also believe that within the black community, there are also black people who don't like rap. Do you believe that?
Uh-huh.
Or do you believe all black people like rap?
No, Vekl.
No to what?
The last thing that you said, I don't think, bro.
You don't
Look,
think
I'm
black people
giving
like
you a
rap?
straight up answer to like your like question that's like really obvious. So I mean, don't
So,
like.
so, so wait, let me just rehash the question. So you don't believe that all black people like rap?
Yeah, that's correct, Vekl. I don't think that
Okay, let me
every
ask
single
you another
person that's
question.
black loves likes
The
rap.
black
Yes,
people
that's
that
correct, dude.
okay, great. Now, the black people that don't like rap, do you assert that they don't like black culture?
Uh, yeah, in a way, yeah,
Why? It's
because
just rap is just one aspect of black culture.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, but rap is just one aspect of black culture,
Yeah,
correct?
yes,
Okay, if a black person doesn't like rap, which is this one corner of black culture, quote unquote, they therefore hate all of black culture?
no, I didn't say that. I said they
Because
don't
rap
like
is just
black
a particular
culture. It's
style.
true. You said it.
Rap is just a particular style of music, a particular genre of music that
Yep.
has no bearing on the rest of the things we see within the black community, within the black culture, so to speak. Okay,
Yeah. And then
so
with
I'm a black.
regards to those different aspects, they might not dislike black culture. So what?
So all right. So because this black man is so so this black man who doesn't like he doesn't like rap music. He doesn't therefore reject other aspects of the black culture. Okay, it just
Mm-hmm.
means that he just doesn't like this type of music. Okay, and the same can be said about a white man who says that he doesn't like rap. I've never looked at a white person who said they didn't like rap as a racist or a person who hates black culture.
Not
They
would
just
I.
explain that they don't like rap music. That's it. Okay. If you hated all of black culture, that means you would hate everything that represents all black people.
That's correct.
Okay. Including conservatism. Okay. Because there are, yes, I know it's very rare to be heard about these days, but there are black conservatives in this world. Yes, they are. In fact, the majority of them are, but they, for some reason, vote Democrat. But anyway, that's a whole other discussion.
Yeah, it is.
There's some black people who don't like rap, but they like classical music. You know, me, I have a more eclectic view of music. I love all kinds of music. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. You got black people who don't like to bust a sag. You know, when they're wearing their pants. You know,
Yeah, I'm
you
sure
got.
Darth is. I'm sure he hates that.
I hate it too, and I'm a black man. But doesn't mean that because you don't do it doesn't mean that you're not black. Okay.
Yeah, no one said that.
Me, I want people to get away from this negative stereotype of black people and stop thinking that whenever they hear of the word busting the sag, the first thing that comes to their mind is a black dude.
Never
The first time
heard
they
that
hear the
ever.
word crime, the first thing they think of is a black dude.
I've heard him make jokes about affirmative action.
Oh, more black culture, right?
I'd make jokes about affirmative action.
I mean, I'm not sure what
Yeah, he
your
hates
point is
Martin Luther
exactly.
King. He hates Martin Luther King. He typically.
Yeah,
I don't believe.
Talk about that.
There's a long list of like prominent
I mean,
black
what did you
people that
say
he
about
like hates. He hates.
what you guys got so much documented about this stuff, but I'm not hearing any evidence. What did he say about Martin Luther King that you disagree with?
Well, as I recall, I think he thinks he was a communist and a degenerate morally. I think that's pretty much his
Is there
objection.
documented evidence of that? I mean, even other Christians say that about
yes, because if I've heard it, dude, obviously I heard it on a video because I've never actually talked to the man, right?
Josh told me that you have.
There are other
Josh told me you have a tab saved with like just Darth racist comments. Can't you read what's on the tab?
I
Well,
don't have a tab like that, but I mean, like,
you do realize
what?
Well, I was going to say real quick, you do realize that Darth is not the only Christian that feels that way about Martin Luther King.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah, but he has like a across the board disdain for like almost every prominent black person.
Oh gosh.
Martin Luther King. He thinks
Malcolm X.
He's gone on rants. Malcolm X. Reverend Al Sharpton. He called Obama the F word. Let's see.
I don't like Obama. I don't like Al Sharpton.
It doesn't matter what you like. We're talking. Can you just
I
focus?
agree
We're
with
talking about
every one of those. See, in that,
do you think that Kamala Harris is black, Vekl?
Who?
Kamala Harris.
Even her own father has an issue with her. But would I say she's black?
Non sequitur.
Not entirely. She's Jamaican. Her father's Jamaican. Her mother's Indian. But she conveniently makes herself black whenever she wants to try to pander to the black community. Yeah.
Well, you think Obama's black, right?
Obama's half black, half white. So he was the first black president, but people want him so badly to make history so that the white part of him just overshadows the black part.
They're both, I don't understand.
The black part.
They both have one black parent. Why are you saying Obama's half black and Kamala Harris
Is like some kind of one-drop rule, Vekl?
It's weird. What's going on here?
Half black. She's half
reverse
black.
one-drop?
Okay,
I didn't, but I'm saying that she's not.
You said not entirely.
Well, she's Jamaican, and she's,
black.
father's Jamaican. So Jamaican is black.
Are Jamaicans no longer black, or does something change? Or something?
And Obama's American and African, half African.
Yeah, they're both
Still
black.
Papers, by the way, but anyway. So why you bring those two up? I don't understand.
Well, you're aware that he frequently refers to Kamala Harris as camel hair Harris. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, some people refer to her as camel toe Harris. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, but with respects to camel hair Harris.
Oh, here we go. Go ahead.
What do you think we're talking about there, bro?
Why do you think he calls her camel hair? Why? I gotta hear this. Go ahead.
She has bad hair. It's more.
Oh, that's it? That's all you're gonna say?
Well, I mean, bro, you think that he's saying that she has luxurious white golden locks? Is that what you think that he's saying, Vekl?
I don't understand. Why are you bringing up Kamala Harris? I don't get it.
Because I'll tell you why I'm bringing up Kamala Harris is because he routinely refers to as camel hair Harris.
Okay, yeah. Why
it's
not?
like basically just a mask way of saying, oh, she got like bad black hair.
All right. You see. Thank you, Tom, for showing the desperation.
Why is that desperate? You think what? Why? Okay, what do you think he's saying then? What do you think he's saying?
Wait, Tom. Did he actually say those exact words? Did he say the reason why I call her camel hair Harris is because she has bad black hair?
No.
Did he say that? No, but you are making the assumption. You are asserting that he said it without any evidence of him saying that for that reason. Come on, Tom. You can do better than this.
I don't know what. I mean,
hilarious.
It just seems clear. What do you think he's saying when he says camel hair Harris? What do you think he's saying?
Oh, gosh.
Are you saying that she has luxurious, soft, velvety, golden, white locks?
This is hilarious.
All you're doing is just laughing and clapping and just saying it's hilarious. You're not actually coming up with any kind of substantive rebuttal.
The primary reason why I come in here. But again, Tom, this is just utter desperation on your part, man. This is hilarious.
That's not anything substantive. Yeah. So you can clap and laugh and just say it's desperation, but that's not anything substantive.
No, Tom, no. The reason why I'm laughing because anybody can see how ridiculous this is.
All you're doing is saying it's ridiculous. It's not anything substantive.
Yeah, because you have no evidence that's the reason, the purpose of him saying that because she had bad black hair. That's not the reason he said it. He says it because he doesn't like her as a politician. I would say the same thing as well. Why are you trying to put stuff in people's mouths, man?
He doesn't like her as a politician, and then therefore he refers to her camel hair, right?
Right.
Correct?
Yeah. Yes. Some people call her camel toe Harris. Some people call her...
That's neither here nor there, bud.
Yes, it is. It's a name.
Well, that doesn't have any kind of...
Brandon.
That doesn't really have any kind of racial connotation. So I don't know why you care about that.
Some people call Joe Biden corn pop. Corn pop. Joe corn pop Biden. I mean, there's all
Yep.
kinds of wacky names for these politicians.
Corn
we
Pop
don't
is
like.
referring to a person that he knew as a child when he was a lifeguard.
That doesn't mean that he has disdain towards black people. Come on, man.
Corn Pop is a name, Vekl. Did you know that?
I'm gonna have to go on. Am I gonna have to do a Sebastian Maniscalco?
Look, all you're doing is just like over talking and just like repeating and saying
you're
like.
sounding stupid right now.
All I'm doing is actually coming up with actual points. You're not coming up with any kind
and
of
you're
points.
not validating any of them substantially. You're just making claims that you can't substantiate, and this is hilarious to me.
What claim am I not substantiating?
You said that he made a claim. He called. Hold on. You okay? Oh, all right. You said that you said that the reason he made a semi-racist comment, a racially insensitive comment about Kamala Harris because he called her Camel Hair Harris.
Correct.
So because he said this name, Camel Hair Harris, that therefore indicates that he's talking about her bad hair.
Yeah.
And he didn't say anything about her having bad hair. I don't even think of that either. I'm thinking of the simplest terms. The word Kamala sounds like the beginning of the word camel, and then you got Harris. Sounds like the word hair. You fool around like an adolescent, put those two parts together, and sounds like camel hair. It's simple. There's no you don't have to be a genius to make up something make up a ridiculous name like that.
Yeah, but if you're gonna make a pun, it has to like be somehow relevant, right?
Tom, this is ridiculous, Tom. Come on. You got something else, Tom? What else you got?
Well, I mean, you haven't addressed the camel hair thing. You just like hand waved.
Yes, I
That's all you
did. Yes, I did. You're just disregarding it as you always do. This is hilarious. Listen, man. I'm gonna go. Probably just go on the stage, in the backstage, or in the audience, and just listen.
Cool, man.
I gotta pick up some chores.
Well,
but I appreciate the conversation, man. It was
I
great.
appreciate. I appreciate you coming on, giving me more YouTube fodder, and I'm sure Darth will very much appreciate you giving the opportunity. I think Darth will very much appreciate you prompting me to provide more evidence for the cumulative case. Maybe we should play next time. I'd like a little bit more of recording playing of some of these things, like but maybe I can add that in post production.
And you even gave me the outro.
I was gonna say, it's a great ending.
Did you catch that, Tom Rabbit? Hope you upload that to YouTube.